Andy Reid, coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, was asked about the Harrison Butker speech by a reporter yesterday. And here's what he said.
With so many women just on staff here and in the building, his comments kind of touched on women in the workforce. What do you tell them if they come to you with a concern about players speaking ill of, women in general?
Yeah, that hasn't happened. I don't think he was speaking ill to women, but he has his opinions, and we all respect that. I let you guys in this room, and you have a lot of opinions that I don't like.
So that's a good response. And Patrick Mahomes was also asked about it, and he gave, he gave a pretty good response too. It was a decent response. And this has been the response of the team, which is why all the people speculating that Harrison Butker would be fired over this, that's why I said all along. That's not, if you know anything about football, that ain't happening. It's not happening. They're not going to cut one of the best kickers in the league who helped them win a Super Bowl because he said offensive things that are allegedly offensive or were offensive anyway to morons. The fact that he said offensive things to morons is not going to be enough to get him cut from the team. And that's one of the things about, well, I wish this was true of professional sports in general, but certainly football, it's still true that when it comes down to it on the field, it is still a meritocracy. All the woke stuff can be happening around the peripheral and sort of on the sideline a little bit too, because they got the Rooney Rule and all the rules with, you got to hire a certain number of black coaches or at least interview them, and all that stuff is happening. But on the field, that is still a place where the guy who's there, it's because he's the best at the job. And that's it. And all the wokeness, all the political correctness, all the controversies, that really doesn't make its way on the field. Because it still is about winning. And that's all. And when it comes down to it, that's all that anyone really cares about. At least when it comes to the people on the field and the coaches on the sideline, the only thing they really care about is winning the game. Which means, and as long as that is the case, and it is still the case, 100%, as long as that's the case, then football will remain a meritocracy. And as long as it's a meritocracy, that's an antidote to wokeness. It's insulation. It's a defense against wokeness, and a pretty good one. So well done on Andy Reid's part. But I would like to focus on the question from this reporter for a moment. He asks, what would he say to any woman on the staff who comes to him concerned that Butker, quote, spoke ill of women in general? And Reid was firm but polite in his response, which was probably the right tone to take. But if that was me, I would not have been so polite. He spoke ill of women? What the hell are you talking about? No, really. Let's stop. If I'm up there at the podium, let's stop everything. He spoke ill of women in general. Okay, what did he say that spoke ill of women? Don't paraphrase. Give me the quote. Give me one thing this guy said that would count as speaking ill of women. Now, of course, no such thing was said. And if you were to comb through the text of that speech, looking desperately for anything that could even sort of count as an insult to women, you're not going to find it. You just won't find it. It's not there. Because this whole controversy it's one of the dumbest. I feel like I keep saying this about every new controversy that comes along. I declare it the dumbest one yet. And because it's true, it just keeps getting dumber and dumber. And that one there will be a dumber one coming up soon, but for right now, that's the dumbest controversy yet. When it comes to things that have provoked that level of outrage, I can't think of anything dumber than this. But of course, this guy, he probably didn't even, not probably, well, he certainly didn't read or listen to the whole speech. He probably didn't even listen to the clip. There's a 2-minute clip where he talks about women. It's only in that 2 minutes where he talks about women. And I bet this guy never even heard it. He doesn't even know what he says in the clip. All he knows is that people are mad, and he knows that his tribe is mad at Harrison Butker, and so they must have a good reason in his mind. Hey, YouTube, thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like access to my full show with no ads, you should go to dailywire.com and use promo code Walsh to get 2 months free on all annual plans. See you there.